They're just a stone's throw from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it is rocking and rolling here at Huntington Bank Field in downtown Cleveland. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Cleveland Browns. Austin Seibert ready to get us started, and now off we go from Cleveland. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. You look at this Browns defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
On the ground, DJ Giddens. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing word. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage and hit clearing space.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They run the counter. McGowan. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to lose yardage here. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Richardson. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Warren. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Interesting decision. I can see if you're on the 1-yard line, push it in, you're at home, but I don't know from this distance.
How far would you push it? 2-yard line, 3-yard line? Because we're beyond the 4. So this is what we're talking about now. This is a long way.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyler Warren with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Reboot able to add the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. I tell you, watch do it.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On the ground, this is Quinshawn Judkins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
Back to throw. Green will swing this out to Judkins. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. You look at this Colt defense. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up the score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this is going to be a Colts first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
First down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. Richardson looking to throw this. Down the field, he's got Warren. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Tyler Warren, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. A point after, good by Groupie. And it's now 14-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now the ball comes loose. And the Colts pick it up. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Tyler Warren on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Groupie able to add the PAT. And it's now 21-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
7 Pirates.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Green. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On 3rd down, here's Jenkins. And this play doesn't work at all as he's going to be marked down behind the line after the dive. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
Extra point by Cyber, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Colts take over first and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on.
Touchdown, Indianapolis! Tyler Warren on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Colts have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. A point after, good by Groupie.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Checks it down to Jenkins.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Pass caught by Fanning.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
3rd down and 4.
Let's go now. Ready, ready.
Off the play fake. Green. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Okay, ready?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
That's caught. It's Josh Downs.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Browns drive about to get started.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Second and 10.
Operating from the gun, Green. And he comes back with one complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Bronco 80. Ready.
Looking to throw. Green. On the RPO, he'll keep. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Inside the 10.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Groupie for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
And here's Green from the gun on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Let's go now.
They'll try and throw for it here. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
Yeah, deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Brings up
2nd and 7.
at their
18
49-yard
run,
line.
18 reps. Get it. 18 pioneer.
Back to throw again.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers, both on the sidelines.
Picked up by Kenny Moore.
The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise,
and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Deuce is wild here. Second down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock. Taylor will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And the thing you have to love about Jonathan Taylor, he's a shifty speed guy most of the time when you hand him the football. But he's not coming off the field when he gets down near the goal line because he's as tough and gritty as they come. And he finishes things off here by getting into the end zone.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Here we go. Set. Go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Over the middle, complete to Judy. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
19 Tiger.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 70 Timberwolves.
First down is Jenkins. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. On the handoff, this is Jenkins. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Okay, ready?
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
70. 70, ready.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Here we go.
Gibbons is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Well, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. When you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL. So and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout. But you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Richardson. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier. He wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
This pass left side to Downs. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Richardson yet again. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams back in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Groupie able to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And a huge return as he takes this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Ready.
Here's Richardson to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. There's the stiff arm. And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44.
Ready.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Parker Washington. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. Green. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on to the contact. Brings up second down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
60 Bison. Mustang 19.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Trap 50, trap 50. Go. Dragon 60.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here we go, here we go.
They throw it out right complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now he's going to step up and run. For the left side, it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Jenkins is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but
This one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And able to get this one across the 45 before it's brought down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
This is caught at the 20. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Richardson looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats
and give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Here's Groupie for the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you can go to the film and find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. And by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Indianapolis, they